Hello, welcome to Farmers Bank. I'm Barron, and joining me today is Lori Miller and Ben Reed. Lori, Ben, what do you two do at the bank?
Well, I am Lori Miller, and I am a commercial relationship officer for Farmers Bank. And I get the opportunity to listen to small businesses and understand what their financial needs are and help them through the process of opening accounts potentially, using our features that we have available to help with their ease of keeping track of their financial information through our deposit accounts. I also am a loan officer, so I spend a lot of time talking with people about how to reach their goals when they want to expand their business or start up a business.
Hi, I'm Ben Reed. I'm the bank's credit officer, and essentially what that means is it's my responsibility here at the bank to mitigate and manage the risk associated with the bank's loan portfolio. What this is making sure that we're abiding by our concentrations of credits, meaning we're not lending so much in one sector and not enough in another. It's making sure that our customers are making their loan payments. It's analyzing their financial statements to make sure that they have the cash necessary to make their payments. And it's storing their financial information, making sure that that information is safe and secure and out of harm's way. It's also making sure that our lenders are adequately putting their loan documentations together so that way if they need to be reviewed, it's easily available to get to. It's also managing special assets or delinquent accounts, making sure that customers that may fall behind are being transparent and open with the bank so that we can mitigate that risk and help our customers out. And I'm also doing a few commercial loans. I'm getting the lay of the land, making sure that I understand the front end process of commercial lending as well as I do the back end. So it's a great job, and I thoroughly enjoy doing it.
So, with that said, today we're going to talk about business loans. Now, I'm wanting to apply for a business loan. What do I need?
We need several things before we can consider the type of loan that you're interested in. So, Farmers Bank can assist, but we highly recommend that you understand the different types of structures for businesses. There's tools out there, for instance, in the state of Ohio with the Ohio Secretary of State's website that helps you with a startup business. They have a checklist that you can do. There is also the Small Business Development Center in Athens, and we have networked with them, and they can also assist free of charge on helping you structure your business properly before you apply for a business loan or before you set up a checking account. So this is very important because when we start dealing with collateral, for instance, in a loan, we need to know what your operating agreement is, what a resolution is, how many partners, if there's partners, how many members, if you're a sole member, different ways that you will claim your revenues. In a lot of ways, small businesses start out as a doing business as or a DBA. And prior to 2023, it was very easy to be a DBA without registering with the state of Ohio. There were avenues that you could have accounts. It's not that way now. And so we highly recommend that you get with either tax professionals, an attorney. Your insurance agent's going to need to know how you're structured. And these are all important and make it so that we can give you the best of our time when you come to the bank for your loan. Typically, we ask for financial information, which is where Ben comes in. He is our credit officer, and he needs to know how you will claim your income, if there's projections involved in the type of loan that we're doing, or how you are claiming your income. Your history is important. If you've been doing this type of business as a hobby and now you want to roll that into regular income for your household, we're going to look at the history of your hobby income. and see what we can do to help you reach your goals in the next 3 to 5 years.
Yes, I would say if I were coming to the bank wanting a business loan, the things that I would take for this first meeting, I would take 3 years of tax returns. I would take the tax returns. The bank would like to see your personal tax return and your business tax return. So it just depends on how you're structured. Maybe you're structured as a Schedule C. That would mean that your business income is being reported in your personal return. Maybe you have rentals. That would be a Schedule E in your personal tax return. So that's the stuff that we would want to see. And it's better to think, if you're going to the bank, they're probably going to want to see this instead of not see it. So at least on our end, think you're over prepared than having us come and scramble asking for more. Because if we want this process expedited, the best way to expedite it is to bring us as much information as possible up front.
Seems a little daunting at first, but it does sound like there's some really great resources out there.
It is like drinking water from a fire hose. But the more that we have up front at the beginning, the smoother this process will be throughout the entire loan application.
Awesome. So when I apply for a loan at Farmers Bank, what should I expect?
You should expect tremendous customer service. You should expect to deal with a staff that is experienced and knows what they're doing, and they know the questions to ask in case you come and you don't have all of the information. We have years of experience doing business loans. We have a team dedicated just to business loans. Now, a few things that you can expect is you can expect there to be a few things that can cause delays. For example, there are portions of this that are out of the bank's control. We can order appraisals, but we have very limited control as to how long that appraisal process will take. That depends on a few things. It depends on how busy the market is. If there's a lot of people that are buying property, our local appraisers are going to be busy. Therefore, there's an opportunity that this is going to take more time. And that's just something that we have to deal with. Our appraisers in the area do a great job, but like a lot of us, they're busy too.
Everybody's busy.
Another thing that can take quite a bit of time is getting title work. Title work is something that we need to make sure that there are no liens in front of us, that everything is the way it needs to be, and that can take time. However, though, I would say that those are probably the two biggest out of our control issues when it comes to a loan. When those two things are taken care of, and if you've been upfront with us from the beginning, getting us the information that we need, we can do pretty quick turnaround times from application to close. Typically, I would say a typical time is 6 weeks. When we're lucky, we can get it down to 4 weeks. That's pretty good for a community bank. And the most important thing to me, though, is you are going to be dealing with a friendly, dedicated staff that wants to see your business grow.
I'm not even sure I should be in this interview. It's like kicking it. Like
You're doing great.
A ditto. Actually, when Ben speaks of different talents within our team and the dedication that we have, that's where I come in. I have actually listened to many of our small businesses' dreams, their goals for their businesses. I've started with businesses that were not able to dedicate 100% of their time to the side hustle, is what some people call that. And now they have made that particular source of income the main income for their household, and they're employing other people. There's other wage earners involved with this business growing. And it took a lot of conversations to get there. So we're respectful of your time. We absolutely understand all of your questions. And in many ways, we can answer, but we will not give guidance on tax advice or legal advice. And so back to that structure, that is so important for us to be able to do a quick turnaround on your request. We will not set you up to fail. That's not that's not our MO.
Lori, you said something that I think is important for for the community to know, and that's we deal with customers from time to time that we've built there's such a trust between the bank and them that they expect, I'll just go talk to Lori, I'll just go talk to Ben, I'll talk to another lender. They'll put me in the best product for what I need for my business. Folks, we can't do that. We can help you as much as we can, but we cannot recommend what the best product is for you. We cannot recommend the best terms for you. We cannot recommend anything for you. So it's really important that you tell us what you think is best for your business. There's a lot of financial institutions out there that took advantage of some powers. They put some customers into products that they didn't need. And because of that, we cannot give you financial advice. We cannot tell you what product's best for you. But daggone it, if you come with a plan, we will help you with that plan as much as we can.
So Ben kind of touched on this earlier. What are some things that could alter this process?
Not having all the financial information, or maybe there is the ebb and flow. Maybe one year the revenues were down, the expenses were up. Be able to explain that information to us. We can work with good information. We cannot do projections on a plan that you don't provide us. We rentals is one thing that we look at where there is enough support in the market that we can expect a certain revenue to come from a property that you're going to buy and make a rental. We don't know how much work that rental needs. We don't know how much repairs are needed or what your plans are. Come in with a solid plan and get construction quotes for what you plan to do to the property, for instance. Help us understand what all the proceeds are going to go to so that we make sure that we don't set you up for a repayment before there's revenues coming in. The conversation and the questions we ask sometimes come across like we're interrogating you, but we absolutely have to know all of the information. And we're not interrogating anybody. We just have to make sure we do not set you up to fail.
So as the credit officer, one thing that I think that our bank does a great job of is we align our loan portfolio and our company values pretty closely. A lot of our customers share the same values that we share. However, we do have a loan policy. We have internal guidelines that we have to follow, that we have to manage, that we have to pay attention to. And things that can cause delays is when a loan might not match up to our loan policy. An example being, say you want to buy a house, say you want to buy a business, great. We need collateral. We're going to use this piece of property as collateral. We get an appraisal. The appraisal doesn't come back high enough to use that piece of property. That does not mean that this deal is dead in the water. That does not mean that we're not going to work with you. But that is an unfortunate hiccup that we would need to go through to figure out the best path forward. That could be more money down. That could be securing extra collateral. But that's really something that can take a little bit of time. That doesn't necessarily mean somebody at the bank messed up. It doesn't mean the appraisal is wrong. It just simply means that we might have to pivot. And being a community bank, we are dedicated to making that pivot and still making sure that you can pursue your dream.
It sounds like the two of you could talk for days on end about all the ins and outs of everything.
I don't even know if we scratched the surface yet.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully the information provided today is enough to get you started on your journey into your business, whether it's a brand new business or expanding on your current business. Lori, Ben, thank you both so much for coming and talking to me today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, folks.
Have a wonderful day.